When I started 8th grade, my family began to ask me this question: what do you want to be when you get older? And I remember my answer always being, I don't know, but I like drawing. Fast forward to high school, I finally got into an art class my sophomore year, and on the first day of class, my teacher asked us to draw a hand. I remember turning my drawing into my art teacher, and my teacher looked right at me and said, "Next year, you're going straight to AP Art." A college prep art class, and I was just like, what? No way, I'm this good. I went home that day and I told my family how great my art teacher thought I was, and they asked me this question: what do you want to be when you get older? And my answer again was, I don't know, but I really like drawing. My senior year of high school, I had a conversation with that same art teacher, and he asked me, what do you want to do with your life after high school? And I said, I want to be an artist. The same teacher that pushed me to AP Art laughed and said, "You can't make a living off of art." The same comment my family told me every year. After I graduated high school, I enrolled myself into the community college of my town, and I started to study business because I knew one day I wanted to own a business. From 7 a.m. to 12, I studied business and art, and from 1 o'clock to 9 p.m., I worked a full-time retail job. And someday, out of the blue, I will never forget, I woke up one morning and went to my business class. And I remember sitting in class during a lecture. I remember thinking to myself, what am I doing here? I got up and I left, never to return to college again. All I knew since I was a teenager was that I loved art, I loved creating, and I wanted to start a business. So what did I do? I started painting. I enjoyed painting faces and my favorite artists and posting them on social media. Next thing I knew, people started wanting paintings. People wanted to pay me to paint a portrait of them, selfies, their favorite artists, family portraits, pets, you name it, I was painting it. My very first painting I did was $75, and it was this right here. Whatever they wanted, I painted, and I started selling paintings from $150 to $300 per painting, depending on size, what they wanted, etc. And as time went on, naturally, my skills improved and I started to get really good. While I worked my retail job, I was painting on the side for fun, to be honest. And then one day I got inspired by Travis Scott's album called Astroworld, and I painted this painting. I filmed myself showing the process of making this painting and posted it as my first video on TikTok, and it went viral. From that point on, I kept painting and I kept creating content. I started to get good at content creating, and as my skills improved, I started to figure out how to create viral content. I discovered my style as an artist, and every painting I posted went viral. I started to create stickers of my artwork, which eventually turned into a full-on brand of limited edition prints, clothing, accessories, and more. I went from making about $50 a month in sales to 5 figures a month consistently once I started treating my art as a business. I want to share what I've learned as a college dropout who made a dream happen. It is now easier than ever to take your passion and make money from it. This video is for the dreamer that wants to make their dream a reality. I'm gonna shift your mindset to help you create your vision and align you with what it takes to make your dream happen. First, we need to set our foundation. In order to make a dream happen, we have to have a vision. I'm gonna ask you these 3 questions. Number 1, what do you want? Yes, I'm serious. You need to know exactly what it is you want. What is it that you want to do, and how much money do you want to make? Now, for most of you, that's going to be hard to answer because you have limiting beliefs. And as artists, it's hard for us to break the identity that we were programmed to, which is artists are broke. You need to answer this question because you need to have a bigger picture in your mind from the start. Before you know it, your art can expand into something huge, something you weren't ready for. And if you have the audacity to say you're worthy of your dream life, then you're gonna do this right. Question number 2 is, how much do you want to work? At the end of the day, when your business is all set up and running smoothly, How much do you want to work? You can equate this with time or how many days a week. How much time do you want to be working in or on your business, and what is it that you want to do? Answer this question and then figure out what roles at the end of the day you want to be playing in your business, because we need to start working towards that goal from day one. And the very last question is why? Why are you doing this? This might be a silly question, but this is something you have to get so real within yourself to answer, because that why is what you have to fall back on when the sky is falling down. Your why needs to be strong enough to keep you going when you don't feel like it, when things aren't working out for you. I'll be completely honest, there's going to be times where you spend thousands of dollars on a product batch and they don't come out right, where you put so much time and effort into a piece of artwork and you launch it and it doesn't sell. Your why needs to be strong enough to keep you driven towards your vision. Answer these 3 questions and you have now solidified the drive behind this business. Now that that's been established, let's dive deeper into the details behind these questions. But before we do, I have to make sure you get access to the skills required to make this dream happen, which is why this video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives, with thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, design, freelance, productivity, and more. Skillshare can help you take your passions, your side hustles, your career to the next level. What I love about Skillshare is just how much variety they have to offer. There are multiple class categories such as personal development, marketing and business, art and illustration, productivity, and more. As a new YouTube partner, I'm currently focused on the category of marketing and business because YouTube is a business, and I'm currently focused on developing my skills as a content creator and the potential behind AI. I want to emphasize just how important it is for you as a human being in this society to develop your skill set, because skills is what's going to pay your bills at the end of the day. And I want to highlight how important creating opportunity for yourself is. The more you learn, the more your creativity expands, and the more you're able to see opportunities for yourself that can change your life. I believe that Skillshare is the perfect place to start your journey to unlock your mind and help you achieve your goals. The first 500 people to use my link in the description box get 1 free month trial of Skillshare. Invest in yourself and your future, because you deserve your dream life. Thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video. All right, I want to share some of my biggest tips and realizations that I had to learn the hard way as someone who was the first person to even start a business in my family. Naturally, artists are focused on one thing, and that's creating, but there's a mindset shift that needs to happen. Number 1, if you're someone that's working a job or you're in school, you are going to be trading that time you work for somebody else to be working for yourself 24 hours a day until you can scale your business large enough to remove you from working that much. We started out this video by setting your foundation because you need to know exactly how much you want to be working in your business. See, artists typically think, all I want to do is just paint and I want to make money. But what they don't realize is what it actually takes to make this business a reality. It takes social media marketing, it takes networking, it takes content creation, strategic planning, research. You have to develop your skills. You have to be able to communicate with people. There's so much more than just the portion of creating your artwork. Maybe you just want to build a business to where you only paint and everything else gets taken care of by your team, by someone else that you've hired. Me personally, I don't want to be working in my business 24/7. I would rather be working on my business. So I have to scale this business until I can remove myself from it. It depends on what your goals are and what your dream lifestyle is. Identifying your desires will give you a clear picture of what you need to do, what systems you need to create in your business to allow you to have the life you want. Understanding this realization that you might be working 24/7 for the first year, the first 3 to 5 years is hard for a lot of people because a lot of us would rather work a 9-to-5 job and come home evenings and nights and have that free time to ourselves. In the beginning, you're not going to have that, and I want to paint this picture as real as I can for you. But I'm telling you that it is a rewarding journey. Number 2 is you need to create the roadmap. Now that you know what your personal desires are, what your dream life looks like, how can you take your art and make this happen? If you're a digital artist and you like creating animations or characters, what are the possibilities for you? You could collab with big name brand companies and create characters for their brands, their commercials, for their products. Or you can take your digital designs and create a brand that is separate from you. You can create books, you can create children's books, you could develop a software made for children to help them learn using your artwork. There's so much that could be done, but a lot of us have our brains turned off because we're too focused on being in technician mode, being the artist who loves to draw. You have to use your entrepreneurial muscles in your mind. Just brain dump on a whiteboard or a piece of paper and start to see what possibilities are there for you and find people that are doing it now. Realization number 3, and this is a big one. There's only one you. If you're going to build a business around you, you have to understand that there's no one else like you. There's nobody else that can draw the way you do, create your artwork. Therefore, you will always be committed to working in your business unless you can find some creative way to remove yourself from it. If you don't mind having to do the drawing and painting, working every day, a few hours a day, perfect. But it's something to think about before you get trapped in a business, because 5 to 10 years from now, you might not want to be the face of your business anymore. I want you to think ahead and understand yourself right now before you get stuck. With this new understanding, align this with the step towards creating the roadmap so you could start working towards it now, which then leads into the realization that you are the brand. For some people, that's their dream, but for others, that's not what they desire. There's a lot of artists that don't want to show their face, that don't want to be on social media. For a long time in my TikTok videos, I did not show my face and my videos would reach millions of views. But realize that'll only get you so far until you will have to eventually show your face, depending on how big your vision is, how big you want to expand your brand or your business. This is where you have to get real with yourself, because naturally, artists, we're stuck in technician mode. What does that even mean? You want to be absorbed in your craft. As an artist, we just want to sit down and paint and turn our brains off, forget about life, and just focus on our craft. It's where we feel the most expressive, the most comfortable. But starting this business, you're going to need to get comfortable in the unknown. Because if you want to make your dreams happen, you're going to have to do things that you've never done before. It's going to require you to step into the role of a business owner. You're going to have to embrace a new version of you to make this dream happen. Not only will you need to be a technician, but you're also going to have to learn how to be a manager and entrepreneur, because all 3 play a vital role in your business success. You're going to have to face your fears and get uncomfortable. This can be difficult for the technician, but it all comes back to your foundation and your why. I promise it gets easier, you guys, and you're gonna have a lot more confidence after you finish this video. Okay, a real hardcore realization trying to make your passion into a business is that for a lot of us, it is not a pretty picture. What I mean is that you may even start to hate what was once your passion because you started to treat it as a job. There's a lot of people that turn their passion into a business and then get trapped and start to hate it because they didn't realize that they only enjoyed doing what they were good at, and that was the creative process. The artist enjoys painting, but will feel resistance when it comes to thinking about finances or social media marketing or sitting in front of a camera and talking. But this is the reality behind it. You have the audacity to say you're worthy of your dream life, then you're gonna have to get uncomfortable. Although I was at the height of my art career as far as creating products of my artwork and owning an art shop, I started to find myself not finding fulfillment anymore. And I started to feel like my soul was being called to move in a different direction because I have a higher purpose here. So I ended that art shop and began to expand my creativity. And it's crazy to think that there are thousands of homes around the world that are hanging my art. But I decided to listen to my intuition, and here we are today. I'm still painting, I'm still creating and having a blast, but I'm pursuing a new business venture because I want to feel fulfillment in what it is that I do for the world. And I want to say that this is completely normal because as human beings, we evolve and we change. But it all comes back to your foundation and having a cutthroat, clear vision of what it is that you want to create for yourself. Knowing what your top goal is, you might know what kind of lifestyle you want to have. You might be someone that wants to create a legacy that can pass down to your children. You might not care how you get it. And that is why I want to mention the truth behind passion-based businesses, because you have to ask yourself, what's more important? Having fun pursuing your hobby or fulfillment and creating your dream life? The next tip, and this is one of the hardest skills that I feel like every human being has to learn in life, and it's learning how to control your emotions, how to have control over how you react. Going back to your why being tested. Entrepreneurship is an emotional journey, and it's possible that you might go broke a few times trying to make your dream happen. You will lose sleep. People will steal your ideas and try to rebrand your artwork. Things might not work out in your favor, and this is so hard for the people that are running passion-based businesses because we're so emotionally invested and connected to it. But you have to be able to make cutthroat decisions and understand when something is working and when something is not working. Learn how to problem solve without your emotions interfering. People are going to test you, and your loved ones might not support you on this journey. But your vision has to be so cutthroat and clear to see past all of the bullshit that's coming to test your why. This skill will get you far, no matter what it is you're pursuing in life. Next is one of the biggest realizations for me, and this journey is going to take sacrifice. Your dream life is going to take up your free time, your time with loved ones, your family, your children. I'm not going to say that you need to cut off your childhood friends to make a dream happen, because I don't believe that you do. But you have to be able to realize when something you're doing or people you're spending time with isn't aligning with your vision, you have to do something about it. You must be cutthroat. And this is extremely difficult because your friends, your family, your girlfriend, your husband will not understand this. People will think that you don't care. People will think that you don't love them or value them anymore. Friends are going to think that you switched up. So my advice to you is don't make this sacrifice for nothing. With sacrifice comes dedication. You must be dedicated to your business and learning just as much as you enjoy creating. Stop being so focused on wanting to paint all day, because you're not gonna grow at all if that's all you care about. Your dream life is gonna take sacrifice and the willingness to learn. My last and biggest tip is to find a mentor. Who is doing what you want to do? Who is living the lifestyle that you want to live, and start learning from them. Follow them on social media, binge watch all of their content, and see how it is that they are creating this life for themselves. How are their followers engaging with them on social media? How are they commenting to their customers? Study how they're advertising, how they content create, their lighting, the setup in their videos. Literally become obsessed. Become obsessed with them. Take that information and apply it to you and your business. If you're scrolling on social media and a video stops you and grabs your attention, stop and think to yourself, how did this video hook me so well? What is so captivating about this video, and how is it that this creator is getting all this attention? A mentor or an idol will help you align your action steps and your mindset to where it needs to be. With that being said, I would love to help you make your dreams happen. I know you're trying to figure everything out and we're in this world of information overload. You're struggling or just seeking information or just looking for support, message me. Check out the links in my description box, and I am focused on growing and expanding as a creator, so there is more to come. Make sure you guys take advantage of Skillshare's offer. It's completely free. If you want to learn more about my story and how I made a 5-figure business happen, watch this video.